Well, a close game here tonight from Spillane Field. Welcome into Postgame Tomahawk Talk. I'm Ariel Tamir-Pinsky, joined by Lyle Allenstein. The Braves lose to the Gatemen 5-4. It was a very back-and-forth game here tonight.
Back and forth indeed. No big runs, big innings from either side with a bunch of runs. A lot of back and forth. You saw the Braves take the lead at one point. You saw the Gatemen take the lead. So they took the lead in that seventh inning with 2 runs, never really looked back.
We just couldn't get enough runs. Our offense couldn't get it done tonight.
Yeah, we talk about it. It seems to be the big story every time this team loses a game. It's these big innings, not being able to convert with runners in scoring position. You saw them get one in the ninth in that 5-4 loss. Cade Lewis was able to cross home plate, but then Braden Holcomb reached second. They had a bases loaded opportunity, but all they were really able to take from that was that sac fly from Ryan Cooney. But we saw this team erupt with 12 runs in INS. They just got to get it going forward.
Thanks for joining me, Lyle. We'll have more post-game coverage coming up next. Continuing on post-game coverage, I'm now joined by Adam Gawkin and Devin Jarvis. Devin, one of the things tonight was the pitching just didn't seem like it was at full strength.
I wouldn't say it was. It wasn't bad. Only 5 runs, a lot less than Bourne has allowed in previous matchups, but it left some to be desired. I think you could have asked for just a little bit more, a lot of work from the top of that Wareham order. They worked really well against our entire staff, and getting those first base runners on, you can't have that as much as they did 6 times today. Bourne allowed that first base runner for Wareham.
And there wasn't no offense tonight, but we didn't see much from the top of the order.
Yeah, one of the few times this season that the top of the order has been the quiet part. They go 0 for 12 today with just 1 walk, and that's just not a winning recipe for baseball games. You need the top of the order to get on and be productive for the rest of the offense to be able to have success. It makes a really tough job setting the tone when you go 0 for at the start and you go down 1, 2, 3. It makes things tough for the rest of the team. Luckily the bottom of the order was able to do enough to bring across 4 runs. But if your pitching isn't at its best and you give up 5 to have a chance to win, you need the top of the order to play good enough for your offense to score at least 5 or 6.
Well, the Braves will be back at home tomorrow at Dorn Park, taking on Cotuit.
Yeah, Cotuit will be an interesting one. Last time, Bourne didn't have their best game against the Kettleers, but they're 1-1 overall. The last time they came to Dorn Park, they lost on a walk-off from Braden Holcomb. So hoping to find some similar magic. Bourne now on a 1-game losing streak. You don't want to let this build like they have in the past. Cotuit presents a great opportunity to get back on the winning baseball side.
Well, we'll see you back home tomorrow for a 6 p.m. pitch.